So you can see we were able to determine our implied enterprise value for Amazon for the total enterprise value, and now we're able to populate a chart for the total enterprise value for Amazon and its various business segments. So we have here a total median enterprise value for Amazon for the fiscal year 2021's forecasted revenue of roughly $1.8 trillion. And we have that distributed across its business segments. And we can see for the first party business segment, we can see for the third party business segment, we can see for the cloud computing year, we can see for the advertising and subscription. Now, whatever we have done so far for the implied enterprise value, we can also do the same thing for the implied equity value for the various business segments of Amazon. So before we do that, we could just right click in the chart here. We change this fill color or edge. Let's just make that gray. So it's very obvious there. So we have been able to populate this chart for the implied enterprise value for Amazon. Now we can do the same thing for the equity value. So the implied equity value in this case, we could just implied, make it obvious here. So we can write implied equity value. We can highlight this, Alt Edge B, insert the bottom. So we can also insert the border here, Alt Edge B, below, medium, and it's gonna be the high. You can copy this, Alt Edge AR, just align that right, bold that, bold this as well. So now we can determine for the first party business segment, third party advertising, cloud and subscription, and ultimately the total equity value for Amazon. So in this case, it's gonna be equal to, we will take here the enterprise value which we calculated, and then we will deduct the net debt. So in this case, we just reference to this. We can fill this right with Control R. We can also fill this down with Control D, just to make sure that we are referencing the net debt with F4. Copy this, paste it here. We have that step in place. So this is the implied equity value. We must always remember that for the implied equity value, we have to subtract the net debt, So we have that setup there. Since it's already negative, so we just have that setup there in place. So now we can insert a border here by going Alt Edge B. We can sum this auto sum. We can fill this right with Control R. We can hit Control 1 here to eliminate this border. Just to remove the border there. We have that setup. Just borrow the formatting from here, Alt ES, paste C as format. So we have that setup there. So now, what we want to do now is we just want to populate this chart the way we did with the order. So in that case, we will just gonna be just write here valuation so we can just copy this the labels from here